We are in Tillamook for the Ice Out for Good event.
Yeah. What is that? That's never happened in the history of the U.S. Ever.
The last count I heard was about 125 people. And there are another smaller group over on the overpass east of Tillamook on Highway 6 who have banners and signs. So there are actually two concurrent events going on right now. And there's also a vigil planned this evening from 5 to 6 p.m. in downtown Tillamook, 2nd Street Plaza. It's okay to cross? All right.
You can go.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we have the majority of the group is up here. If you look across the street over by Hocourt and Slough, there's a group over there. There's some folks on the other side. Hi.
And he was in front of that car. Parker.
It's been a very enthusiastic response by passersby. And it's chilly out here, but that has not deterred people from showing up.
Are Democrats more dark chocolate people or milk chocolate people? Hi, Romy.
Hi.
Hey, more people here from Portland. They're staying up in Rockaway.
Oh, that's really nice. People come join us. I like it.
Dozens of people dying.
This is at the northwest corner of 1st Street. There we go. And Highway 101. And we're going to wait for the light. And then we're going to take a walk around here. Okay. You can see down the street here. See down the street here, and people. It's easier to get this from the front, but then I'd be obstructing traffic, so stay a safe distance. Okay, that's really a cute sign. I like your Frogs Unite. Flags out here today.
Small woodland owners and certifying.
Yeah, I know. I started. 109. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't see the sign when it was coming. Hello.
Hello. I'm hearing that the county count as 25 or 125, not 25. There's way more than 25.
I think they're unsafe wildlife, so it's at least 100.
Yeah.
And what about over there?
My understanding is, the overpass, I'm hearing it's about 10-ish, 10 to 12 people over there. What's that? The banners, both banners. With grommets.
I saw it hanging in the platform.
Yeah, I was talking about. Oh, careful.
Is that red car there?
And you can see a group of people standing down there by Rosenberg's. And then again, this is the group that's kind of across the street on the east side, coming northbound lanes out of downtown Tillamook. And we got safety marshal folks walking about, keeping an eye on things. This is going on until 2 p.m. today. So there are two current events. There's this event, and then there's the event over east of town that is on the overpass, the banners and signs. And there's a group there. There's actually two separate groups. And then again, the vigil from 5 to 6 p.m. this evening. Been a mellow, peaceful event. Lots of flags, lots of people waving. There we go. And I'm going to close this out and go talk to somebody. We're here at the overpass over Highway 6 into 101, and we have a small but passionate and mighty little group of folks that we're going to go along and say hi. Hello! I'm going to pass in front of you here. Thanks for joining today. Yes. Yay! We've had a pretty good response so far. A whole lot of honks and waves from the folks going into and out of town. No notable negative reactions. Everybody seems to be pretty supportive. And, just keeping an eye out for their friends and neighbors and wanting to keep things safe for everyone. We're pretty happy with the turnout for such a short notice, since we only planned this for the last couple of days. Let's go along and see some other folks here. Hi everybody! We're live on Facebook. Thank you so much for coming today. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Hi there, Sue. Let's see if we can can't see any of the other signs from here.
Huge. I love those Fred Meyer. Yeah. They're like this. Can you carry them off?
We have some quiet moments. As soon as I get on the live, the traffic stops. That's how it goes.
We did have a lot of people honking in them earlier.
Yeah.
In a positive way, not like in a we're gonna blow you down way.
Oh no. No, we haven't seen any negative reactions on that side. I don't think we have here either.
See, we can see them better.
Yes.
They're facing us.
Yep.
And there's nothing between us and them.
Response on that side.
No.
We're on side of the tracks.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Check.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's chilly today. Thank you for coming out and risking your fingers. I hope everybody else is staying safe and staying warm, and we'd love to have some more folks join us. We'll be here until 2 o'clock. Have a great day.
Appreciate the people who were able to respond so quickly today. We didn't have much time to get the word out for our stuff, events. So, you know, we're here. It's more than just the wife and mother that was killed. You know, Renee Good. It's more than just her. I will try. I am projecting with my teacher voice.
Right.
Good.
It's more than just the wife and mother who was killed. And Renee Good, more than that. It's about everyone who's been killed or shot by ICE. Because this is getting to be about, this is a real, I don't have words for it. It's about democracy, the rule of law, the Constitution, justice for everyone. And when you see something like we saw the videos, you know, I call it murder. That's me. The deal is, this is a national effort. Across the nation, people are coming out, ICE out for good. And we just, that's an important thing that we're doing. We are making a difference. They're striking back, but we're engaged. We're just going to keep the pressure up. Just so you know that ITCA is going to be starting a weekly protest right out here. Not this Sunday, next Sunday. Okay, so we want to take a couple seconds and just ask a few people to just kind of share why they're here. I know why I'm here. We'll ask a couple people if they want to share. You want to share?
I'm appalled. I'm angry and I'm sad and I'm afraid and I want things to change. And the only way to do that is to raise my voice and put my body on the line.
Yeah. How about you, Beth? Got something?
I'm just here because if we have to protest, because otherwise they think that we're just going to go along with them.
Yep.
And that's what they want us to do, is just not respond. And so we have to show that we will continue to respond to everything
Okay.
they do.
Other people? Yeah.
I am here because I clearly remember President Reagan speaking about America being a shining city on a hill. And I was inspired then, and I long for having that same experience of America, which I think is underneath the reason that all of us are here, because we're not living up to our best angels.
I'm here tonight because I'm a mother of 4 daughters and 2 sons who are neurodivergent. I'm also a queer woman with a trans female partner, and it is a terrifying time right now. And it's, you know, my partner, she doesn't have a choice in who she is as a person. It is a choice to put myself on the line, and that by itself is scary. But it's important because those of us who can speak up, if we don't, then who? We have to be here, we have to speak up, we have to hold space for those who have been killed, who have been injured, who have been kidnapped at this time, so that, you know, it doesn't get silenced. If people don't use their voice to speak, then it's not heard of and it can just happen. So we have to be here, we have to gather and be a community.
I'm here because I know that our voices matter. We stood on the side of the road more than one time and said no to Doge, and Doge is gone. So if you think your voice doesn't matter, that happened in a relatively short period of time. so we can make our voices heard across this country for the goodness that we have inside of ourselves and that we want to share with others and stand for what is right.
We're here because we are indigenous peoples of these homelands, and nobody is illegal on stolen lands. And we have fought these illegal occupations and this abuse of power for hundreds of years, and we will continue to fight these illegal occupations. If we hadn't fought this, we would be completely gone. We would be wiped out. There was many, many efforts to completely wipe us from our lands. And because we fought back, because we organized, because we stuck together, we are still here. We will continue to teach our children to do that so that we can remain.
And we've been through this before. I know this feeling. It's in me, in my DNA, And we know that this is how it starts, and our children are next. You hear stories about the American Indians having our women massacred, our children massacred. That's what we're on a path toward again. That's what they'd like to do. And they're already locking up brown children and everything. And they're just waiting for a reason to start the massacres, And we're here. I mean, Civil War's right here knocking on our door, again. And, we've been here, and we persevered. We're still here, and we'll continue to be here with y'all. And I'm glad we have, more allies this time around. As hopefully be a better, more peaceful outcome than last time, But, like everyone else, we don't want the bloodshed, and we want peace. And this is a land of peace. That land of opportunity. Why we didn't? That's what we brag about. And now we're denying opportunity. I mean, it's just it's mind blowing to me, especially seeing immigrants trying to keep immigrants out. I don't understand that.
We're all.
But God bless everybody. I'm praying for everybody in this nation, as I always do. Even their side, I pray for them. They need healing. Whatever happened to them, we don't know, but they do need healing.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. I'm here because a life was cut short. She was murdered, and I'm here to honor that life and to remember her, and that she didn't die in vain. That whatever I do from this point on, as I've been doing for a while, is honoring her and all those who listened to her as well, so we can remember and realize we are cut down for nothing.
Okay, we're going to hopefully have opportunity for people to talk. Our agenda is, we have a guest speaker here, Tim Main. I'll introduce him in a second. We have a poem that we've given copies of. I think we ran out. We've got 30 of them. We are eventually going to be having a moment of silence. And at one point we are going to hopefully recommit ourselves and keep going out here, because it's making a difference. So I'd like to introduce Tim here. If I can find his sheet, there he is. All right.
You need to say all that.
So you've been in Tillamook County for 39 years?
I'm coming for 39 years.
And living in Netards for 13 and a half years. Pastor, 41 and a half years. Wyoming, Colorado, Guam, South Korea, Oregon, Newburgh, Roseburg, Tillamook, Army Reserve Chaplain, First Lieutenant, Desert Storm, Netards Oceanside Fire Department, Chaplain, Oceanside Chaplain, Venice Health, Chaplain's program. He's here to say a few words for us tonight. So with that, I will.
So I am here. I appreciate very much what you folks had to say. But I'm here because I am a white guy from Michigan. And I don't have to care about anything. I'm here because I've been a pastor for 41 and a half years. And Christy Nome said, the patriotic men and women of ICE are doing God's work, and I deny that. I do not believe that what we are seeing is God's work.
Amen.
And so I came tonight on invitation because a young mother was killed for no reason. I watched the video. She is smiling, she is happy, and she is gone. She leaves behind 3 children, one of them a 6-year-old son. I lost my mother when I was 4. I know what it means to be raised without one. I'm here tonight because Her wife said of her, she was kind, she was gracious, and she believed there is a kindness in the world and we need to do everything we can to find it. Each one of you tonight represents that kindness. That if we continue to let this go without speaking, then we allow the evil in this country to truly take place. And we cannot, because I think this is a great country. Our history is horrible, but we can change our future. And so I came tonight out of an invitation. I have never been at one of these before. Thursday night, I attended my very first get-together to talk about what to do. I spent the entire day over in Portland because I lost my position here in Tillamook because I challenged Donald Trump and his people openly. And I have discovered that you cannot challenge people who have money and threaten churches to withhold their money. I am retraining to become a hospital chaplain. I was in Portland on Thursday at a chaplain's training when the two people were shot in the parking lot right next to where I was. They closed our class an hour early, asked us to leave and not speak to media. I struggled with that, but I still came home, and then I decided rather than going home to go to the meeting that was in my particular area. I come tonight because I think it is important for each one of us to recognize the life that was lost. You saw the sign that is right up against the tree here of all those who have died recently. We are better than this, and our country should be better than this with the history that we have. I brought with me the poem that Renee Good wrote when she was a student at Old Dominican University. She won the Academy of American Poets top award because of this poem. And I thought it would be best for us just to hear her words, not to continue to hear all the other words. I want back my rocking chairs, soapless sunsets, and coastal jungle sounds that are terrettes of cicadas and pentameters from the hairy legs of cockroaches. I've donated Bibles to thrift stores, mashed them in plastic bags with the acidic Himalayan salt lamp. The post-baptism Bibles, the ones plucked from the street corners from the meaty hands of zealots, and the dumbed-down, easy-to-read parasitic kind. Remember more the slick rubber smell of high-gloss biology textbook pictures. They burned the hairs inside my nostrils, and the salt and ink that rubbed off on my palms. Under clippings of the moon at 2:45 a.m., I have studied and repeat rhizome, endoplasmic, lactic acid, stamen. At an IHOP on the corner of Powers and Stetson Hills, I repeated and scribbled until it picked its way and stagnated somewhere where I cannot point to anymore, maybe my gut. Maybe there, in between my pancreas and large intestine, is a piddly brook of my soul. It's the ruler by which I reduce all things now, hard-edged and splintering, from knowledge that is used to sit a cloth against the fevered forehead. Can I let them both be, this fickle faith and this college science that heckles from the back of the classroom? Now I can't believe that the Bible and Quran and Bhagavad Gita are sliding long hairs behind my ear like Mom used to, and exhaling from their mouths. Make room for wonder. All my understanding dribbles down the chin onto the chest and is summarized as, life is merely to ovum and sperm, and where these two meet, and how often, and how well, and what dies there. And then I wanted to share one last poem. Someone recently handed me a quarter that I heard has just been discontinued. It's a quarter on it. It says hope. You can find them around. I meant to bring some tonight, and I couldn't find my stack that I bought. But it's a poem that is written by Holly Murray. And it's from her poem called Dark Testimony, and it's from verse 8. Hope is a crushed stalk between clenched fingers. Hope is a bird's wing broken by a stone. Hope is a word in a tuneless ditty, a word whispered in the wind, a dream of 40 acres and a mule, a cabin of one's own and a moment to rest, a name and a place for one's children and children's children at last. Hope is a song in a weary throat. Give me a song of hope, a world where I can sing it. Give me a song of faith and a people to believe in it. Give me a song of kindliness and a country where I can live it. Give me a song of hope and love and a brown girl's heart to hear it. As we stand vigil tonight, let us remember that it is one of us who was lost. And for no reason, but for a reason. She was there to give witness. And her wife said it very plainly, that Renee came with a whistle, and they came with a gun. And tonight, the thing I would encourage each one of you, show up with your cameras, show up with your whistles, and blow them, because we cannot let this go silently in the night. We have to make noise, and we have to give witness. And I believe ICE has to be stopped. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cannot follow that. That was excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, Irene, would you step up here for a second? We have another poem, one that we've passed around. This isn't by Renee, this is by somebody else, and she will explain that. But I want to explain something that Tim mentioned that we described. The individual movement, all these different movements that are coming together.
She's reading it. I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Sorry.
these movements that are coming together. We're not Republicans, we're not Democrats, we're not anything. What we are is people coming together to fight for democracy. And I love the part about bearing witness, because that's what we need to do. We can't let them do this stuff and not have everybody know about it. So, did I have the wrong person on here?
She's going to read the names.
I'm up, but I'm reading names, not reading the poem.
Okay, sorry. Okay, right. List of names. My bad. All right, come on up.
So, yep, go for that. Before I start, bear with me. One thing that is very obvious as I read this list of names is these are not English names. These are names of our Hispanic family members and friends and neighbors. Most of them. There are some that are Vietnamese. There's at least one that is Swedish. Yeah, okay, I'll try. But these people could be any one of us. They could be ourselves. They could easily be myself and any member of my family. They could be so many of my friends. And please keep that in mind as I read through these names, that these lives meant something. Whether or not they were guilty of a crime does not mean that they deserved to die. And they did not deserve the circumstances of their deaths. They did not get due process. They did not get any of the things that they should have as an American. I do not recognize America as it is right now. This is not what I was taught in school. This is not what I expected or how I expected life to be as an adult. And it's very disappointing, and it is more than a little bit terrifying to exist in this right now. I will do my very best to pronounce these names correctly, but please forgive me for the inaccuracies. I will start with those who were murdered by ICE in 2025. This is a long list. There are three signs around this tree here, and each sign is a different list of people. Silviero Villegas Gonzalez, Carlos Roberto Montoya Valdez, Henry Ruiz Guillen, Servix Genjan Dejen, Maxim Chenyak, Juan Alexis Teneo Martinez, Brian Garzon Rayo, No Naknien, Marie Angel Blaze, Abelardo Avellando Delgado, Jesus Molina Vella, Johnny Noviello, Isidro Perez, Tien Juan Fan, Chafeng Gay, Lorenzo Antonio Batres Vargas, Oscar Racon Duarte, Norland Guzman Fuentes, Miguel Angel Garcia Medina, Santos Venegas Reyes, Ismael Ayala Uribe, Huabing Ji, Leo Cruz Silva, Hassan Ali Mod Saleh, Josue Castro Rivera, Gabriel Garcia Aviles, Kai Yin Wong, Francisco Gaspar Andres, Pete Malo Montejo, Shiraz Fatali Sashwani, Jean Wilson Brutus, Fuad Zahid Abu Qadir, Delvin Francisco Rodriguez, and Nenko Steven Banshev. So far, in the 10 days that we have been in 2026, ICE has also caused the death of Keith Porter, and obviously the person that inspired this meeting tonight, Renee Nicole Good. Please keep them in your spirits, in your mind, and remember that this is what we are fighting for. This is why we speak up, so that these things do not continue to happen. If we could please have a moment of silence to honor those who have been killed by ICE. Thank you very much.
I know the sound is not good. We need a permit to use sound, and considering we started this on Thursday night, we don't have time. It takes time to do stuff. Hopefully we'll never have to do this again, but that's something that we would want to see if we can figure something out so we can use some sound so people can hear. But they are right here, signs with the names that you read. So if you did not see them, then take a look.
I'm here to read you a poem by Amanda Gorman, who I'm sure you probably have, many of you have seen this poem already. I'm sure many of you have seen this poem already, but before I read it, I just want to say why I'm here. And I'm here because my family and I have lived a life of privilege, and we need to pay that back. And we need to support and help people who have not had that opportunity. And I'm doing it for my children, and I'm doing it for everyone and their children, because this has got to stop. This is just ridiculous. This is not our America, and we're the ones who have the power to change it. So I would hope that some of you have this, were handed this. If you have one, would you share it with someone who doesn't? I'm going to ask you to join your voices with my voices to read this poem, okay? So the title is For Renee Nicole Good, Killed by ICE on January 7th, 2026, by Amanda Gorman. You ready? They say she is no more, that her absence roars, blood blown like a rose, ice wheels flinched and froze. Now, their riot of candles, dark fury of flowers, pure howling of pins,
If for us she arose, somewhere in the pitch deep of our greed, crouches our power. The howl where we begin, straining upon the edge of the crooked crater of the worst of what we've been. Change is only possible and all the greater when the labor and bitter anger of our neighbors is moved by the love and better angels of our nature. What they call death boy, we know is breath and voice. In the end, gorgeously, endures our enormity. You can be departed to the dawn, when the white night has so long stood. But our bright black angels will never be fully gone, when they forever are so fiercely good.
Thank you.
So it's tough to be here for something like this, but we got to do this. And we need to be out on the street when it's time to go out on the street. We need to protest and show that this is not right. And that, you know, when I think about why I'm here, because this is not the United States of America that I envision. Chris talked about that. I don't know what this is, but this is not what it should be. And we need to make some changes. So we would like to invite you guys to hang out. We said until 6. If you want to remain here until 6, that's fine. It's a little chilly, but that's the ceremony we had here for tonight. Thank you for coming out. Yes.
Is anybody up for singing? Could we just sing together? I'm not a good singer. I don't know.
If you know the words, that's the only question.
Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace.
Okay, if somebody wants to lead that, who knows the words?
I can look up the words. I can. I at least know the first verse.
What?
I once was lost, but now I'm found. That was blind, but now I'm found. I can lead that.
Yeah, great.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like thee. I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for doing this. It's time to take our country back.
Yes.
No more messing around.
We need to save it for our children and grandchildren and generations beyond that. That's our responsibility.
And for all of us who've never had children, they're all our children. That's right.